Good morning, guys. So I'm coming to you guys because the last 48 hours of my life have been ghetto. I'm talking about like ghetto as the fuck. And I'm not a person that likes to challenge God or challenge the universe or challenge any entities or whatever you want to call it. So I say that to say, like, let's say that I'm having a bad day. I'm not a person that's going to ask, like, oh, how could this get any worse? Because I feel like when you do that, things could get worse, you know? Excuse my acne. It's right around Shark Week, so they starting to pop up. Let me tell y'all what's been going on, because y'all ever had just so much stupid shit happen around you that all you can do is laugh? That's literally what's happening right now. And I don't know, like, I swear to God, I feel like it's like Friday the 13th, but it's not the 13th. Like, that's literally how I've been feeling. So, let's see. I'm going to start with, what's today? Wednesday? Thursday? What's today? Thursday? Yeah, I think. Don't let me fucking lie, child. I don't even know. I ain't had an off day. Okay, Thursday. I worked Monday, my off day, so I confused myself. So today is Thursday. So Tuesday, for whatever reason, like, Ayana would just not relax. She would not chill. Like, I don't know. I don't know if she's trying to get out the last of her terrible twos because she'll be 3 tomorrow. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what energy is going on. Let me say this. Let me back up. I feel like, and this is for my spiritual girlies, my sisters that understand, if you're uber religious, just stay out the conversation, because I don't Bible thump people. I believe in God. I know God. I know that I am of God, but I don't subscribe to religion, so keep all of that, take that elsewhere, okay? So my mom works for this company, and there's a gentleman. I don't know if the gentleman works for the company, if he works in the area. I'm not exactly sure. I just know that she knows this man, okay? And somehow she had started talking to the man and got on a conversation about, like, how her daughter was spiritual and whatever. And the man gave her some sage to give me. Okay? Now, when she gave me the sage, like, we didn't have no problems. All was well, whatever. Anytime whether I buy, I really don't like to go to Botanicas just because it's too much spiritual energy going on in there. And, you know, obviously, everybody is not everybody comes into these places to do white magic. I'm going to just say it like that. Not everybody comes into these places to do things that are positive. I'll say it like that. So I said it to say that anytime I buy any kind of smudging situations, crystals, cleansing, I don't give a damn if it's just a crystal book or whatever. I don't care. Whatever it is, and I do this with anything, but anytime I get anything from anywhere, because, you know, not everybody, we understand. I'm on the freeway right now. It could be dark energies on the freeway. You don't know what people have going on or what they do in their personal lives. So that's what I mean. Say it like that. So my mom the man gave my mom some sage, some white sage. And he gave my mom 2 of them to give to me. Now, anytime anybody gifts me or anything, or like I said, anytime I get anything from anywhere, especially those particular types of items, I always pray over them, cleanse them, and set my own intentions for them, because you don't know other people's intention, right? Now, when I received them, I got no negative feelings. I got nothing from the sage. There was nothing that made me feel like, oh, I don't know, or whatever. And my higher self does a really good job of letting me know when some shit is not right. So one morning I get up and I felt the urge to smudge. So I smudged, I lit my incense, whatever. I haven't done it in a really long time, but I did this particular morning. So I want to say this was Monday. This was Monday. So Monday morning I get up, I smudge my house. I, you know, like, am thanking God, thanking my ancestors, etc., etc. And I noticed that the morning I worked this day because we're going out of town. So I've been working on my off days. So I had my client that day. I only had one client that day. This is a regular. Had her come in, and all was was well, right? And then she tells me like, oh, I took an ibuprofen, and she said I took ibuprofen and I didn't eat nothing, and I'm feeling really sick. Mind you, this is like a 4 to 5 hour appointment. I want to say like every like 15 to 30 minutes, she was getting up, going in my bathroom, and she was having to release whatever was in her stomach, because I don't want to trigger anybody. My mom has what is it called? Something. My mom has a phobia of throwing up. I think it's called ametrophobia. I don't want to lie. I don't want to misname the phobia, but my mom has a fear of throwing up. So I try not to use those words because I don't want to trigger nobody. But that was Monday. So it's just a whole bunch of that. And then of course, like, like I went and disinfected the bathroom, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. Like, I just figured, okay, what I did do is I have this stuff called Imitral, and it's like an immediate nausea relief. So I gave her that. I gave her some pretzels just to settle her stomach. And then she was sipping on ginger ale here and there. So she was increasingly getting better, but so that was Monday. Okay. Tuesday. I don't remember who I had on Tuesday. Now, let me say, I haven't had any issues with clients outside of that, which I never really do, but Tuesday, I picked the kids up, period, from school. From the time Ayana walked in the door to the time that I got her to daycare, yesterday morning, she fucking cried. She did not sleep at all. I was running off of an hour of sleep yesterday. She would not sleep. She would doze off. She started asking for like TV and all kind of shit. And I was just so frustrated. I found myself so frustrated I wanted to like punch a wall. And then I just realized like I can't punch the wall because I'm going to have to pay for it. In all of her shenanigans yesterday, the day before yesterday, or yesterday, it all spilled over. So in all of her shenanigans, she wakes up Junior. And so now, Junior's not really tripping out, but he just won't go to sleep. And Junior's my turn-up kid. So when Junior's awake, it's a function. So I'm already frustrated. She ain't listening to me now because her brother is up. So they setting it off together in there. And I just remember being just like, I was frustrated. I was tired. I was angrier than normal. And then at some point, like, I was so frustrated yesterday, I just, like, dropped them off. I didn't even say nothing. And then I just told myself, like, I don't take out my problems on my clients. So, I told myself, like, no matter what, I'm going to have a good day. I'm not going to let this bother or irritate me, whatever. So, one of the things that I do is, like, if I'm in a bad mood, I didn't realize this fell. Sorry, y'all. One of the things I do is if I notice that I'm in a shitty mood, I'll put on, like, something that's going to make me laugh. So overall, I was having like, I was still annoyed a little bit, but it wasn't as bad as when I dropped the kids off. My grandmother is 80. She'll be 80 this year, and I always send her water. And so she had told me that she needed water, but I was in such a shitty mood, and I was just so out of it that like, it was on my list of things to do, but I didn't even realize how many days had passed since she asked me, right? So she called me, but she kept calling and kept calling and kept calling, and I was getting frustrated. And I wasn't going to take out my frustration on her. So I texted my mom and was like, hey, can you call Granny? Because I'm just in a really shitty mood, and I don't want to, like, snap on her or whatever, because I'm in my mood. My mom was like, cool, I'll do that. So she called her, and she was just like, she was calling you because she only had 2 water bottles left, and she probably was freaking out, but I ordered her some, so it's taken care of. I'm like, okay, thank you. She sends me like a thumbs up. I'm thinking everything is cool. 12 o'clock, my mom calls me. I'm working. So I call her back later on in the evening. Full fucking attitude. Like, my mom's a Virgo. That's just kind of who she is. But today I had already had enough. Like, I was already in a mood. So I was already trying to, like, so I call her, instant attitude. She's barking at me about the fact that she had to spend a certain amount of money. And then, like, because I'm not responding like she want me to, I'm just getting, like, nothing but pure aggression and attitude. Now, on a regular day, I know that that's her. I'll deal with it. But today, I didn't feel like dealing with that shit. Or yesterday, I didn't feel like dealing with that shit. So, after she's fucked up my mood even more than it was already fucked up when I was trying not to put my shit on anybody, I just, I ended the conversation. I hung up the phone. I called my husband. I let my husband know, like, hey, I'm like 2 seconds from losing my shit because I'm trying to be cool, but I don't want to be positive today. I'm a little frustrated, right? Y'all, why the fuck did I get to the kids' daycare? I go to put the kids in the car. I go to open the back passenger door. I could show y'all better than I could fucking tell y'all. Why my fucking door handle pop off the car? So now I'm opening the truck door. Like, I gotta, in order to get the kids out, if Stink is not here to open the door, I have to roll the window down and open the door like I got a bucket or something. By the time that shit happened, all I could do was laugh at it. So I put a post in my close friends, and I was just like, today has been the most ghetto day of 2023 like I've ever experienced. Just laughed it off. I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna let this shit fucking bother me. So the end of the night was cool. Everything was cool. Whatever. Okay. So I get up this morning. Everything is like moving like it's supposed to move. Like, the kids is up. They on time. We out the door on time. Everybody teeth is brushed. Everybody did what they supposed to do. When I'm running behind, what I do is, instead of having them like obviously sit at the table and eat breakfast, I have breakfast and I'll like have their breakfast packed up and they'll eat it in the car. All right. Everything is cool. Everything is everything. Okay. I want to show y'all something. You see my cup? See how it's not? I don't have any problems. All right. I use these same cups every fucking day. Why did I go to put the cup? I sip my coffee. Go to put the cup back in the cup holder. Why the fuck did the cup literally came apart, y'all? I'm not lying to y'all. Cup fucking came apart. Spilled fucking coffee all over my fucking passenger seat. And I'm talking about a huge ass amount of coffee. Like half the fucking cup. I said, you know what? Okay. So, I do not claim bad juju. I do not claim bad energy. But what I will say is, it is painfully obvious that the day that I lit this gifted sage, that all fucking hell broke loose. Now, being who I am, knowing what I know, and having the faith and the knowing of the power that God has and the power that God has imparted in myself, I'm not worried. I tell people all the time, when my clients ask me like more spiritual things, or, oh, are you afraid of this? Did this scare you? Yada, yada, yada. I don't get scared, I get angry. So I don't know what Chief Big Bear thought he was fucking giving me, or what he thought he was fucking, hey bro, let me say this. I'm one of y'all. I don't know if he tried to like finesse it and have my mom thinking that he was doing a good deed or whatever the fuck it was, but like, baby, look here. I'm one of those black people that we are Louisiana Creole, Point Coupé to be exact. The other half of my family is Chickasaw Native American, baby. I'm not just anybody around here. So now what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go and trash that shit, because I can't, obviously, I'm not going to burn it. I can't burn it and get rid of it. So I'm going to trash it. And I am going to, when I get done, because I don't want to do nothing with no clients in my house. I have a client today. When I get done with their appointment, I'm going to like open every fucking window, because I did open windows, obviously. But I'm going to open every window up in this motherfucker. I'm going to clean my house from top to bottom. I'm going to bleach everything. And I'm going to smudge my house with the shit that I already have myself, that I've been using, and I'm gonna get this fucking weird shit up off of me and my family, because this shit just irritated my fucking, like, literally irritated my soul. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And if you're unaware of what I'm getting at, if you have ever been in a situation where things are breaking and falling around you or spilling, it's negative energy. And so I feel like, I know in my spirit, and let me tell you guys how I figured this out, and this is what made me make the video. I was sitting there in the car just now, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is happening right now? And I'm not going to get too deep. I don't play them kind of games on the internet with like my gifts and things like that. But one of my gifts is that when I ask God, and I'm just going to say my gift, but we all have gifts. You just got to be open to and tap into them. But one of the things with me is, when I ask God for a sign, or I ask God to reveal something to me, God will give me a picture of something. And this is how I'll know. So literally I'm sitting here and I'm like, what is happening? Like, what's the problem? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And immediately God literally flashed in my view, in my, telepathically, God flashed a picture of them 2 fucking bunches of sage. Baby, they got to go. This happened to me not too long ago too. Like, I'm gonna make it real fast, but I had an altercation with somebody, didn't know who this person was, and they kept saying, "You don't know who I am," and I was like, "No, I don't know who you are." Trying to figure the shit out. It was really weird. Like, I'm not a person that like gets into conversation with people. And it took, once I left the situation, I had a flash of some old DMs, and it was somebody that knew somebody, and I was like, "Oh, that's what that was." So I always tell people, like, trust your intuition. It may not make sense, but just listen to it. So in this situation, I know exactly what happened. I know exactly how I'm supposed to deal with it. But this is that idea of, I said it to say that, I don't necessarily question people's intentions. I always go off of my feelings. But when people have the same, how do I want to say this? I'm going to say spiritual power as you, but I'm going to use that very loosely because I know what I want to say, and I can't, I'm not forming the right words for it. So when someone has the same spiritual knowledge as you, they can finesse things to where you may not readily recognize it, right? Like, I don't know this man, so it's not like the man could have just walked up to me and handed me a bunch of sage. I'd have been like, I'm okay, thank you. That's like when you outside and you see like the hustle man on the street, and the hustle man got these big ass long sage sticks talking about like, oh, who wants some sage? And he's burning the shit walking up and down the street. Like, you don't want that. So I feel like it was like one of them things that was passed on through my mom, if that makes sense. Not saying that my mom was like the negative juju or whatever, but I'm just saying that, like, maybe because it was my mom giving it to me as a gift from someone that she knew, I didn't feel any negativity towards it or about it or whatever, is what I'm trying to get at. So, yeah. A little fucking weird, but that's my little story time for right now. I'm about to go cleanse my fucking house, because what the fuck.